All right, y'all, it's time to set up my currently journal for the month of April. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are here for the first time, my name is Tracy and this is my currently journal. This is the journal where I house all of those fun ING prompts each month, and I do creative spreads to house those prompts. So it is definitely a creative outlet for me, but it's also a memory keeper of sorts. This is probably one of my favorite journals to set up each month, and I've been doing a lot of really cool things in this journal in particular, and I'm kind of excited about what I think I'm going to do today. I have to say what I think I'm going to do today because as I start mapping things out, things could change. But so far, we're 3 months in, and because I've done a lot of interactive spreads, it's actually starting to get a little like bowed out in the front. I may need to start taking out some of the pages that are in the signature just to allow this a little bit more breathing room, because this is an A5 192 page journal, and I don't think I need all 192 pages anyway. So we'll see. This is an Archer and Olive journal, by the way. I am an affiliate for Archer and Olive, so I will have a discount code and my affiliate link down in the description box. This one is a blank page journal. When I purchased it, they didn't have the dot grid. Now they do. It's been a challenge and it will be a challenge today. So this was January, so I did this is a fold open door. I have some personal journaling in there, so we're not going to open that up. But you can see I did cut down versions of some of the pages, and then here's where I kind of did the regular Dutch door style with some design elements there. And then here is where I did kind of your traditional Dutch door look. And then for the month of March, I just threw everything at it, and I just wanted to do all interactive elements. So I have the flaps here, or the doors here. Then I have the pockets here. I still need to print some more stuff out there. This is actually the most basic out of all of the spreads. And then this was my little tabbed pull down thing, or flip up, or whatever we want to call it. This is kind of what's making it bulk out a lot, but I don't care. I'm glad I did it. This month I think is going to be a little bit simpler. It is. Now, I don't know if that means that it's going to take less time. We'll have to see, because I do want to do a different kind of Dutch door. When I say a different kind of Dutch door, I want to cut the inside pages shorter. So I want to cut the top, side, and bottom of the inside pages. And I think 2 pages is what I'm going to do. So there will be 6 pages total. So you have the front page, this one I will cut, this one I will cut, and then we'll have the back page. So basically you're going to see the tops of the front and back page, the bottoms, and the sides of the front and back page. So I'll have to do something kind of nifty there too. But as far as the pages that I cut, I was thinking about using the scrapbook pages that came from the Fields of Lavender sticker book from Amy Plans Things. I'm also on her creative team, so I have a discount code for her as well. Again, check down in the description box for all of that information. But every month she releases 2 new books. One is a sticker book, and then one is a book of trackers and scrapbook papers. I absolutely love the scrapbook papers. I haven't used any yet, but I had pulled some out. Because what I was thinking is the pages that I cut down, I could use the scrapbook paper to cover that entire page and then just put boxes on top of it. So it's very, very simple, but it's going to look very, very decorative. So we have these 2, which are scenes. So we have 1. I wouldn't want these across from one another. 2, 3, and 4. So on here, we have the girl on the bike. We have this one. And then we have that one. And then we have that one. I'm almost wondering if these are so busy, they should be on the front and the back. And then these I can just have like those two there. I think that might look the best. Now, because I'm going to cut the pages down and there are no dots to help me line this up, I might actually stick the scrapbook paper down first. So that way I'm sure like I only have to cut once. Okay. Now I'm going to have to trim that top because that's where it's perforated a little bit. So I'm going to bring it up. Maybe to like right there. Oh my gosh, I cannot see where this is to know if it's straight or not. Let's put one of these behind it so maybe I can see where the top of the page is to try to see if I can like line this up without, like you don't know how helpful those dots are, that dot grid is, until you don't have it. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to cut this. Okay. All right. And then for the inside one, oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. I think we'll just do this one here. Sometimes getting the backing off is like trying to open up grocery bags. Like I said, I can kind of put this, doesn't really matter. Because I'm going to cut off this. This one is just like an ongoing pattern. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut this though. To kind of see how things are going to be. And then I can kind of line up the next one a little bit better. Let's grab my sharper X-Acto blade. All right. Now, if you had dots on the page, then you might want to cut it before you actually put the scrapbook paper on, because then you can use your dots to like line things up. But right now, I think we're doing fine. Oh, I don't want to cut that all the way in the corner, but. Okay. Can you see the vision? Again, very, very simple. I was like, what is this? I had a little bit of a freak out there. A little bit of a freak out. I was like, did I cut the page out? No, that's my other piece of scrapbook paper. All right, so we're going to continue on. Now, obviously, you could do this with scrapbook paper or any kind of paper. That doesn't have to be sticker paper. Okay. And then this one, I think it's the sky that I would want to cut more off of. So I'm going to put this one closer to the top. Okay. All right, now this is going to be a little bit easier to cut, I think, because now I have the page in front of it as a guide, but at the same time, I don't want to cut the page in front of it, so I'm going to move it. All right, there we go. So I have 4 pages now for that. Now, what am I gonna do like over here? I don't know. Now, what I could do is I could like recreate this by doing like a smaller picture that's this size over here. I could always do that. I don't know if I want to do that. Let me grab, I can't find my little corner rounder. Maybe I'll just use this one. This isn't the ideal one, but we'll just use this one. It's fine. Okay. All right. So now what do we do? Okay. So I could write April going across. I definitely think I need some like washi or whatever, especially because of these pages. So I want that to be there. I kind of want this cut though. Okay. But we could definitely do I kind of like, so I do have this washi from Amy Plans Things that I could also use with this washi. So I do like the purple. That's what I did on the other one, is I like the purple. And with the purple, I almost wonder if I can do like sandwich it. Like I could put stickers and stuff like that up here, but the problem is I don't want it to be too busy up at the top. And this helps secure that as well. And I don't feel like cutting this washi. So I'm going to put this washi, it's going to layer over this. I like that already. I like that already. I could definitely put one of these pictures over here to kind of keep that going. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. Now I can come in and cut these a little bit more so they're more even with that. Because what I'm thinking is actually framing. So I was not talking at all while I was doing this washi border. So I'm going to try my best to explain the process right now. Although after I start thinking about it, I'm like, it's kind of difficult to explain. It's definitely easy to understand when you're seeing it, but it's hard to put into words. But basically to create the frame, I just don't want any of the washi to overlap one another. So I start with the washi strip that's going to now frame the entire page or go around the outer edge of the page. And in order to make sure nothing overlaps, I need to cut the Gingham Washi so that way it does not overlap with that solid purple. And then I also need to cut the solid purple that is on the inside edge because when they overlap, it does give like a little bit of a darker hue. So that's the reason why I cut that. And then when I bring in the Gingham Washi, then the only thing I need to cut there is the innermost of that solid washi to kind of make sure it's not overlapping with the gingham print, because you would see that through there. So that's all I'm doing. It was only a little complicated in my instance because I had overlapped all of the washi with one another, just because there wasn't enough space at the top and the bottom to have all three of them not overlap. So because they were overlapped, I had to keep peeling up all three in order to just trim one. So if you weren't overlapping the washi and they were just side by side, it would not be as much of a problem. And like I said, if you weren't using different types of washi to make a pattern, it also wouldn't be that much of a problem. But it is fairly simple. You see, it just requires a little bit of cutting. There we go. So this I need to cut pretty far in, but we're going to do it because I want to. You may choose not to. You might like it, but like I said, I'm finding that I have quite a bit of space on these pages that I'm like having trouble filling up with my currently prompts. There's just not as much I need to write about. It's really a lot of one-word answers. And yeah. Okay. I need something under this. I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we'll try. Bring this back out. That was a struggle. Why is this a struggle? There we go. All right. Then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one now because I definitely want them to be the same length. I mean the same width. So I'm gonna cut that one now, and then I will just adapt the washi to fit this. All right, y'all. I mean, this is pretty much done. I just have to add the boxes and stuff. But I love this. I love this. So what I'm thinking, do I do another one of these? Like, I think I do one here and one here, don't I? Okay, right? But I have this one, and I don't think I have any more. I think I just have the gingham. Hold on. We also have things like this. So that's like this. I can always put like her. think I think it's too wide. Okay. Never mind. I mean, we can always make our own photo. So like we can just create our own little scene over here. Because we can put her like there. And I actually have another one that I can put right here. But before I do anything else, do I want to say April currently? Let's see. All right. I like that. Okay. So I think this is going to be my monthly highlights. Reading, watching, and this is where we're going to do all the other prompts, which is a lot. So I do need to get my stamps out. So now it is time to stamp, and I have a love-hate relationship with stamping, mainly because I struggle sometimes with applying an even amount of pressure. So one way that I have found that helps with that is by stamping onto the stickers while they're in the sticker book and then placing that sticker in my journal. And the reason why is because I have all of those like embellishments and interactive spreads in the front of my journal that it just makes it really hard to stamp, especially when I am stamping on like the left-hand side of the spread. So it's just a lot easier to do this. So I did pull some box stickers from Mojo Jojo, and I will be using those in combination with some of the stickers from Amy Plants Things, because there are some cluster boxes as well as some regular boxes in that Fields of Lavender sticker book as well. But there weren't any small header boxes. And I wanted to use the small header boxes for the prompts where I'm going to be using larger boxes for. Does that make sense? So let me explain. There are clusters, which you see me putting in there now. Those are going to be for the prompts where there's only like a few words needed, maybe a sentence max. There are other prompts like what I'm planning, because what I'm planning isn't necessarily like planner type stuff, but if I'm planning a trip, if I'm planning a birthday celebration or something like that, so I might want to elaborate a little bit more. So for those, I usually use larger boxes for that. So that's the reason why I'm using the smaller headers, because there just isn't enough room in those cluster boxes for that. So that's how I'm doing it. And you'll just see me pretty much just layering them on the page. And as I put them on the page, I'm trying to like put them where I can still see enough of the scrapbook paper underneath, because I didn't do all that work for nothing. I want to make sure I'm not hiding too much of the scrapbook paper. And like I said, I've learned that I don't need as much writing space as I think I do. So I think the size of the boxes that I ended up using are probably going to be more than enough. But that's pretty much all I'm doing here is stamping and then putting down boxes. So I'm just going to kind of let you watch the rest of the process, and then we'll pop back in, do a final flip through and a wrap up. And that is a wrap. So I am super excited with how this turned out. I love the washi border. I think it's so pretty. I just hope it stays stuck down. Again, sometimes washi on washi doesn't always stick down as good, but hopefully once I shut the book, it'll help, flatten it and keep it down. I did have a little issue with some messiness here, and then I have an ink pad on here. I guess when I opened the book, it went probably boom, and then it probably got on there. It's fine. I just need to remember to wipe it off so it doesn't get anywhere else. But this turned out really, really cute, and you saw how simple it was. This was so simple because I used the full page scrapbook sticker sheets from Amy Plans Things and just put it on here and then just cut down the pages. I did make 2 cuts because, you know, I'm always scared about cutting them down too small. So I ended up not cutting them down small enough. So I had to cut them again. But in the end, I love how this turned out. And you can see that aside from the full page sticker sheets, mostly it's just boxes. These are all cluster boxes with just a few stickers spread between them. There's no decorative stickers on this page, just functional. And then I added 1 book here. And then I just added a few stickers around the boxes here. And that was it. So yeah, this was really, really simple. And I really like how it turned out. Again, completely different from the previous 3 months setups in this book, but again, just as cute. So yeah, there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, press that like button. If you've yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.